holiday season.
We Energies began its distribution for the 60th edition of the Holiday Cookie Book Saturday at American Family Field. It's a tradition that's been a part of Kelly Stoop's family for years.
My grandfather worked for Wisconsin Electric, so they always had gotten a cookie book back in the day.
Now Stoop, who works for We Energies, helps publish the book and says it's a year-long process to select the best recipes.
We have a baker on staff who literally bakes all 70 cookies. Different employees come at lunchtime and they eat all the cookies and fill out a little sheet. We use all those rankings and we pick which 37 will fit in the book.
John Brinda, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing unlimited WTMJ News time approaching 8:03.
Bring the whole family for a truly magical event when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra presents Disney Pixar's Coco in Concert, Film with Orchestra, November 2nd and 3rd at the Bradley Symphony Center. Equal parts tearjerker and joyous zany adventure, the film follows Miguel on an extraordinary journey to the land of the dead in search of truth about his family's generations-old ban on music. Featuring the Oscar-winning song Remember Me, plus a luscious score by Michael Giacchino, this timeless tale is a feast for the senses. Don't miss MSO Assistant Conductor Ryan Taney as he leads the MSO in Disney Pixar's Coco in Concert, Film with Orchestra, November 2nd and 3rd only. The number again for tickets is 414-291-7605 or online at mso.org.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Your Green Bay Packers get ready to face off against the Detroit Lions at Lambeau this afternoon. Kickoff is at 3:25. And your Milwaukee Bucks get ready to play off against the Cavaliers tomorrow night. Tip-off is set for 6 o'clock p.m. Let's take a look at your roads with the WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. Everything looks really good except for I-94 East, about a half mile beyond Moreland Road. The right shoulder is blocked because it looks like there's a camper that is stuck on the side of the road. Looks like the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is on the side of the road trying to help that individual.
Traffic is sponsored by Angela Calais and Benefit Realty.
At Benefit Realty, pay only 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission for the listing side of your sale. No matter what size property you're selling, you will save. Benefit-realty.com.
Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, scattered rain, breezy, a high of 59. Wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Tonight, scattered rain, breezy, a low of 55. Tomorrow, more isolated thunderstorms are possible. It'll be breezy, a high of 69 degrees. Tuesday, scattered rain, a high of 67 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 57 Wednesday, high of 59 Thursday.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins.
Oh, yeah, I hope you did last night. I hope you did turn that clock back. Of course, I suppose, Julia, it's not as bad if you get there an hour early as if you get there an hour late. It's in spring when we turn everything forward.
Does it feel like we got an extra hour of sleep?
I did.
You feel like you did?
I did. Yes, I was, because usually on a Saturday night, I'm in bed by 9.
I didn't feel like I got anything.
Did you go out last night?
No. No.
I don't know. I felt very rested
No,
today.
you are so alert right now.
Well,
I need to catch
I
up.
I hope so. Because we got a busy show. First of all, let's welcome back Isaac Marcourt, who is back from his
World tour.
Yeah. I mean, the rock star over here. Feel any different?
What was that?
I said, do you feel any different after going on tour?
I feel wise.
Oh, no groupies out there?
No.
Oh,
He said
sounds disappointed.
He said that he likes Seattle the most.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you were all over the West Coast, the
Started
Midwest.
in LA and then came towards us.
Next big tour is going to be out on the East Coast then.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Oh, good. Very good. Give us a preview for that. Well, welcome back, Isaac. And we've got Julia Fellow here this morning. And Julia, this is a really disturbing story. I think everybody who's heard it. And that is about the 2 deaths in Mukwonago. And one of the people involved, you have interviewed in the past.
Yeah, his name, the person that has been identified according to TMJ4 News, our partners, is a Mukwonago area school district school board member and Semper Fi Roofing co-owner Vito Schwartz. So it looks like he passed away along with a 45-year-old woman in the same home from gunshot wounds. And it appears that home was not broken into. And police confirmed they're not looking for any suspects. But yes, I did interview him. It was regarding him being on the Mukwonago school board and that a lot of the school board members were overthrown out of the board when they were trying to do in-person classes and also not wearing masks during the COVID pandemic.
So that was a couple of years ago. What was your impression of the guy?
Very nice and loved his children very much.
And he had kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he has 4 children.
Oh, my.
And when I was interviewing him, they were still, at least his 2 youngest were in the Mukwonago school district. So that's why he went and became a board member to make a difference, in his words, to make some changes to COVID because he wanted his child back in person.
It's a real tragedy, and I know we don't have a whole lot of details yet other than Vito Schwartz and an unidentified woman were found dead yesterday, but just a real tragedy. And I mean, even if you didn't know him, I certainly didn't, but those commercials that are everywhere, they were on radio, television.
Yeah, Semper Fi is a partner with Good Karma Brands.
Well, and many other stations as well. I mean, they were certainly out in the community. So I think a lot of people certainly feel this one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And a lot of people have been interviewed with the board, and they said that he's just a wonderful person. And the other person who died under similar circumstances under the same roof is a 45-year-old woman with gunshot wounds.
And we don't have any identity on her yet.
No, we don't know. And again, police did not identify who it was. It was the school district that TMJ4 News, our partners, got a hold of with a statement where he died under similar circumstances. So they're putting those 2 and 2 together.
And we don't know who discovered the bodies or anything like that.
No, but the good news is that there's no suspects, they say, and the home did not appear to be broken into.
Well, you feel sorry for the kids. I mean, and anybody who knew him, loved him. This is a real tragedy. So I think a lot of people are shocked by that. Well, you're here with us this morning. And I don't want to get into this in depth yet. We'll do this next hour. But you have had a very busy week following candidates literally all over Wisconsin. You attended a Trump rally, and that was in Green Bay, was it?
Yeah, so I was in Green Bay because Brett Favre was endorsing former President Trump. So I was able to see in person when he came out with that vest. And then on Friday, I was with Kamala Harris in the Appleton area in Outagamie County, in Little Chute, Wisconsin.
That was a high school, wasn't it?
It was at a school, like I think it was kindergarten through high school.
Okay, because I want to get into that, and I look at it as dueling rallies, that you had the opportunity, because most people never go to a candidate's rally. And those who do usually only go to one candidate. They don't go to both. And you went to both of them within days. You saw the difference in terms of presentation and in terms of organization and enthusiasm with the people who were attending. So I want to get into that with you a little bit later on.
I'll be able to share the temperature of what it was with Trump when I went to his rallies back in 2016 to now. And also I can show the temperature of the first time she came ever and started her campaign in West Allis, Wisconsin.
So it was just a few months ago, right?
Just a few months ago, and I was there. She kicked it off in Wisconsin, and then I was there for her last rally.
Julia, you are everywhere. And we're glad you're here this morning, and we are going to pick your brain on all of that, like I said, in about an hour. And we've got a very busy show. As you heard Julia tell you during the news, there are layoffs at Harley-Davidson, and Rich Kirchen is going to be along with us in just about 5 or 10 minutes. And he's got more on that, as well as some other news stories. We've got Sandy Max from WTMJ. She's going to join us for Sunday What's on Tap with information on where you can view the Violent Femmes PBS special on the big screen. And you can do it for free. Also, Michelle Reinen is going to talk about extortion emails. Wait until you hear what's going on. And as we just said to Julia, we were talking about the election and the election season. It seems like it has gone on forever. Luckily, Tuesday, it will be over. But how will it turn out right here in Wisconsin? Well, we're going to be joined by Professor Emeritus from UWM, Mordecai Lee, with his observations of this election season and what he thinks turnout's going to be and, well, what everything means out there. As we just said, Julia is in the newsroom and Isaac is back. He's pushing those buttons. And in just 2 minutes, we've got Greg Matzik. He has a preview of today's Packers game. It's all right here on WTMJ. We are expecting a little bit of rain today, and actually that's going to stick around for the next couple of days. It is 52 degrees at 8:13 on WTMJ.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's Dave from Feldco. Did drafty windows make last winter frigid? Listen, Feldco's here to make things easier for you. It's the perfect time of year to replace those old windows. Right now, get 50% off windows plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. Visit us at 4feldco.com or give us a call at 866-4Feldco.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
We will only sell products we believe in, and we believe in Armstrong Air Furnaces. With variable speed blower and multi-stage performance, Armstrong Air's most advanced furnaces deliver the highest number of features, the most comfort, and the greatest efficiency. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. To me, Armstrong Air is the professional's choice. So see the man in the red van, and we'll get you a furnace you can rely on for the long haul.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
When you need emergency service 24/7, any time of the day, any day of the year, call Quality Heating. With one of Wisconsin's largest HVAC fleets, you can count on us being there in a hurry. So don't worry. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. When you're in a heating or air conditioning jam, just see the man in the red van, and he's going to have a master plan to make sure you stay comfortable.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
Labor shortages, retention problems, it's been a challenging time for my business. But in Wisconsin, there's 600,000 people with disabilities who are ready to work right now. They just need you to believe in them and say yes. I did.
And once you say yes, Thinkability Wisconsin will be there, providing transition and workforce support for people with disabilities and their employers to help shape a better future for all. It all starts when you say yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
It's a battle for first place this afternoon at Lambeau as the 5-2 Packers host the 6-1 Detroit Lions. Here's Greg Matzik.
The Lions come into Lambeau Field leading the NFL in scoring at over 33 points per game.
They're really, really good.
Complicating matters for Matt LaFleur, the expected loss of Jair Alexander with a knee injury.
A team we're obviously very familiar with, and we're going to have to play at our best.
After leaving Sunday's win against the Jaguars with a groin strain, all signs point to Jordan Love making the start this afternoon. Greg Matzik.
And coverage of today's game begins with Green Day Game Day at noon today, right here on WTMJ. I'm Libby Collins. It's 8:16 and 52 degrees. I hope you turned your clocks back last night.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
There was an incident on Blue Mountain Road going eastbound where 2 lanes are blocked.
Call me, Debbie Loziga, at the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
Hi, Debbie, Michael. I-94 eastbound, there is a crash that the sheriff now has the right lane blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
There is no worse feeling than losing your independence, especially when you're a senior. I'm WTMJ's Libby Collins, and Seniors Helping Seniors has been around southeastern Wisconsin for over a dozen years, offering services that are specific to the needs of seniors. Now think about this. If you're a daughter or a son and maybe dad has lost their spouse and maybe they don't get out and about as much as they used to. Or maybe they're calling you a lot because they need things done around the house, or they need to go to the grocery store, they need to go to doctor's appointments, or they just want to kind of get out and do some shopping. But you've got your own life. And that means you've got your own kids you're taking care of. You've got your spouse you're taking care of. You've probably got a full-time job. You're also trying to maneuver everything around. But Seniors Helping Seniors can help step in. They can make sure that senior is able to stay in their own home independently with just a little help from a companion. Now, if you want to find out more about Seniors Helping Seniors, you can go to shswaukesha.com, or you can call them at 262-225-7978. Their services range from just a few hours a day to 24/7 care, and they charge a flat hourly rate. And best of all, there are no contracts, and they accept long-term care insurance as well as VA benefits and private pay. Again, if you want to find out more about Seniors Helping Seniors of Waukesha, go to shswaukesha.com or call them today at 262-225-7978. It's 8:18 on WTMJ.
Swing into action to experience Sweetgrass and Sage Run in 2025. The Island Resort and Casino's stay-and-play packages are a hole-in-one. By blending award-winning golf with exceptional amenities, we've become the premier resort destination in the Midwest. But don't wait. These popular packages fill up fast. To book your 2025 golf getaway and secure your spot on the green, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Parents and grandparents, have your kids' birthday party at the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford or Oshkosh. The party rooms are free, and they'll love the massive game room and pizza with no cooking or cleanup. Book your birthday party at mineshaft.restaurant.com.
Well, I hope you turned your clocks back last night. If you're just getting up and you're looking and you're saying, why does my clock say 9:19 and Libby's saying it's 8:19? Well, because it was that time of year. You should be getting up a little bit more rested than usual, though, because you did get that extra hour of sleep. Well, today we've got some scattered rain. It's going to be breezy. We'll get up to about 59 degrees. Then tonight, more rain. Boy, do we need it. Down to 55. Tomorrow, we've got rain throughout the day. It's going to be maybe even some isolated thunderstorms. 69 for a high. Tuesday, more scattered rain. Again, some isolated thunderstorms and 67. Then Wednesday, the sun comes back. It'll be 57 for a high. Feels like fall then. And on Thursday, it'll be mostly sunny with 59 degrees for a high temperature. Those temperatures are actually pretty mild around the area this morning. And let's see, in Waukesha, we've got 51 degrees. Cedarburg, you're at 51. Richfield has 50, and it's 51 degrees at WTMJ at 8:20. It's time to check in with Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. And you had a discussion here in the last several days, Rich, with somebody from the Steel Workers Union. And this just might have an impact on those workers at Harley-Davidson.
Yes, well, Harley-Davidson has their powertrain plant in Menominee Falls, about 750 employees in the plant. And the Steelworkers Union represents them. The plant, all of the Harley plants, there's another one in Wisconsin up north, and then there's in York, Pennsylvania. The last month or two, the plants already had been on partial layoffs because the dealer inventories are too high. The company is cutting shipments by close to 40% the balance of the year, which means they don't need to make as many. So they already had said they were going to be doing about 1 week per month the last couple months. That's gotten up to as much as 2 weeks in October, depending on the employee and the position. And the new information this past week is that for November, it's going to be a 2-week layoff for the Harley production workers in Milwaukee and elsewhere, and then 3 weeks in December. So that's not the kind of news that those unionized workers were hoping to hear for the end of the year.
Any idea how many people are affected?
Well, again, it's 750 at the plant in Menominee Falls. There's a plant up north, I want to say in Tomahawk, which has, I think, about 200 to 300. And then the plant in York, Pennsylvania, which I think is in the upper hundreds to 1,000.
No outlook as to what's going to happen after the first of the year?
The big question beyond that, of course, is early next year. Typically, the company their production sort of trails off at the end of the year anyway. This year, it's been much more of a decline. Early next year, Robert W. Baird is predicting production will be down about 6 to 7% from the previous year. So that would suggest that a lot of those folks would get back to work, but they still wouldn't be quite at the level they were last year.
All right, let's move to the Bucks. Some people are disappointed that there are going to be fewer televised games this season. What do you know about that?
Yeah, last year it was a big deal, the first time in quite a while that the Bucks games were available on over-the-air television, which meant if you get those channels, if you get those on cable or satellite or wherever streaming, you could see the games. But also, if you just had an over-the-air TV, you could see the games. So they did 10 last year. This season, it's 5 games. This is the last year that they have a contract with Diamond Sports, which was known as Bally Sports Wisconsin. Until this season, it's now called FanDuel Sports. So the question still remains what's going to happen after this year. But yeah, not as many games for free over the air.
No. If you listen to WTMJ, though, we have them free on the air right here.
And of course, WTMJ 620, Wisconsin's radio station, has every game.
Speaking of sports, and this is kind of interesting, we have a manufacturer right here in Wisconsin who is behind these Q collars, which are a big deal now, not just in professional sports, but collegiate and even coming down to some of the kids just playing out there because of the concern about concussions.
Yeah, the company is called Sussex IM, which stands for injection molding, plastic injection molding, and they've been partnering with a company out east that developed these Q collars, and they introduced them to the market about 3 years ago. They are cleared by the FDA for sale in the United States, and the way that they promote and market them is in contact sports where you wear helmets, that protects your head, but what about your neck? And they promote these as reducing concussions and concussive injuries. So Sussex IM invested millions of dollars in some new production equipment a few years ago. They're anticipating about 50,000, making about 50,000 of these Q collars. They're available for $199 at retail, and they are in Dick's Sporting Goods stores, also Scheels, and Amazon. They've been selling a lot of them on Amazon. Next year, they think they're going to double their output to 100,000. But they do have some celebrity athletes who are wearing these and agreed.
Anybody on the Packers?
There was one player on the Packers from their practice team who got called up for 3 games, and he's not on the team anymore. But as far as, some of the active players in the NFL, Tony Pollard from the Titans is probably the best-known brand ambassador for Q Collar.
All right, let's look at another manufacturer here in the area, and that's in New Berlin. And they're doing some pretty good things there.
Yeah, the company's called ABB, headquartered in Switzerland, but they've been in the Milwaukee area for a long time with plants between ABB and there was a merger of successor companies, whatever, I think going back to the 70s or 80s. Anyway, they make something called industrial drives, which also are a similar product made by Allen Bradley, Rockwell, here in Milwaukee. They help factory production lines move and do things. So pretty amazing. They had a plant opening ceremony this past week. They spent $100 million on a huge new complex in New Berlin, 182nd, and Lincoln replaces an older plant in New Berlin, and they also have a huge warehouse right next to the plant. So as much as, and they have about 700 employees, they're anticipating adding about another 100 the next 3 years. And I talked to one of their top executives after the event, and he says after 2028, if things are still going good for their business in the United States, they're looking at additional expansions at the same site.
Another thing people in that same area around New Berlin, Brookfield, Elm Grove are wondering about is that Boston store that's been right there on the corner of Moreland and Blue Mound Road. And you have news about it.
Yeah, well, the store closed a number of years ago after Boston Store's owner went through bankruptcy, and the mall and the city of Brookfield have been looking at, well, what can we do with that space? Just like the other parts of the mall, the south end of the mall has been redeveloped into other uses as stores have closed. So Ergen's development in Milwaukee, which is one of the big commercial real estate developers in the area, just received a permit to demolish that store that's been there since, the late 60s. And they're going to redevelop it into offices, a medical building, hotel, restaurants, and apartments. Those are all the things they're looking at. They've owned the property for a couple of years. So things are moving forward there.
And that demolition is going to begin right now. It's really going to change the landscape
of
that
sure.
area because it's a huge, huge profile on the land.
Right. Well, there's a huge parking lot there and the huge store. So, yeah, it's going to be a whole new look for that corner of Moreland and Blue Mound.
One of the other businesses that are right there in the old Brookfield Square is the Marcus Theater. And I think it's a Marcus Tavern Theater.
Yes.
And how are they doing? How is Marcus doing these days?
Marcus, pretty significant news when they announced their latest quarterly financial results. They said that for the first time since the pandemic that their movie theater business is back to where it was and maybe even exceeding where they were. So they've closed a number of screens as the movie business has shrunk, but their finances are related to the quality and the popularity, really, of the movies that are released. So it was a banner quarter, and the movies that did well for them were Deadpool and Wolverine, Despicable Me 4, Beetlejuice, Twister, and Inside Out 2. So things going well at the box office for Marcus Theaters.
Movies that appeal to a lot of families, too, which is good
Yeah,
news.
for sure.
Another thing that appeals to all of us, that's beer. And, it's always fun when you have family, friends from out of town, taking them to Miller Brewery to do the tour. And there's good news about that as well.
Yeah, Molson Coors, which owns the Miller brand, as it's known best here in Milwaukee, they added a couple of new twists to their long-running brewery tours. It's an archives tour that lasts for an hour and a 2-hour historical tour. And just to show people more of the history of Miller Brewing in Milwaukee and more of the campus there on the west side on State Street. So they're saying that in 2025, they're looking to do more of the same and drive more consumers to visit the site and presumably buy more of their products.
Great place to visit. Rich Karchen, as always, it's great to have you here.
Great to be here.
8:29 and 52 degrees at WTMJ.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
Well, all right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
right, we're coming up to 8:31, and we've got Julia Fellow in the WTMJ Breaking News Center. And this is another disturbing story, Julia, and it's about a female elementary school teacher. Yes, you should be doing news.
All right. New felony charges were just brought against a former elementary school staffer, Riverview Elementary School in Silver Lake. 4 new charges have been filed against Anna Marie Crocker, the former educational assistant previously charged with first-degree sexual assault of a child, among others. The new charges include child enticement and exposing a child to harmful materials. The charges come as new victims were found. Multiple weeks of layoffs are now coming to Harley-Davidson employees. The Milwaukee Business Journal, Rich Kirchen, tells WTMJ the company will implement 2-week layoffs November 3rd and 3-week layoffs in December. The layoffs would affect employees at the Harley-Davidson powertrain plants in Menominee Falls, Tomahawk, Wisconsin, and in York, Pennsylvania. And police in Mukwonago investigating 2 gunshot deaths on the north side. While police would not confirm to our partners at TMJ4 News the names of those who died, the Mukwonago Area School District did. They released a statement regarding the death of Mukwonago School Board member and Semper Fi Roofing co-owner Vito Schwartz under similar circumstances. According to police, they found a 45-year-old man and 45-year-old woman dead from gunshot wounds from a small caliber gun at a home near County Highway E and County Highway EE. The home did not appear to be broken into, and police confirm they are not currently looking for suspects. Let's take a look at your roads for WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. All right, I still only see one thing, everything looking so good. This is just south of Elm Grove. 94 East, about a half mile beyond Moreland Road. The right shoulder is blocked because I see a big camper that is stuck on the side of the road. It looks like it's going to stay there for some time. There was a deputy that was there and checked it out and is now gone, and that camper is still there. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Scattered rain, breezy, high of 59. Tomorrow, scattered rain, isolated showers, thunder, breezy, a high of 69 degrees. Tuesday, scattered rain, isolated showers, breezy, a high of 67. Then Wednesday and Thursday, it gets better. Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of 57. Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 59 degrees. In Milwaukee, it is cloudy and 52 degrees. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:33.
Thanks a lot, Julia. And in just 2 minutes, it's the Week in Review.
Time to upgrade your windows. Imagine waking up on a crisp winter morning. Your home's perfectly warm. Your heating system isn't working overtime. That's what Universal Windows Direct can do for you. Plus, their energy-efficient windows can help you save up to 40% on your heating bills. For every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Call 414-410-2000. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Bring the whole family for a truly magical event when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra presents Disney Pixar's Coco in Concert, Film with Orchestra, November 2nd and 3rd at the Bradley Symphony Center. Equal parts tearjerker and joyous zany adventure, the film follows Miguel on an extraordinary journey to the land of the dead in search of truth about his family's generations-old ban on music. Featuring the Oscar-winning song Remember Me, plus a luscious score by Michael Giacchino, this timeless tale is a feast for the senses. Don't miss MSO assistant conductor Ryan Taney as he leads the MSO in Disney Pixar's Coco in Concert, Film with Orchestra, November 2nd and 3rd only. The number again for tickets is 414-291-7605 or online at mso.org.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services, from pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Welcome back. I'm Libby Collins on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. And what a week we had. There was a lot of garbage talk. The Archdiocese sounded the alarm. And a tale of terror at the Milwaukee Public Museum. There was so much more. It's the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Oh,
Oh, no. There's a man down.
Oh, Jordan Love is hurt. Oh, no. Oh, no.
This is no time to panic. This is the perfect time to panic.
Hold it!
Here I come to save the day.
McManus for the second straight week. A Green Bay Packers game-winning field goal.
McManus. The northeast and parts of the southwest College Avenue lots will be cleared out this morning.
I knew it was kind of coming. That's why I've been making my preparations.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
I was just kidding. Come on.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
How do you like my garbage truck?
Trump credits the idea to ride a garbage truck in Green Bay with his name plastered on each side to his staff.
That was awesome. I think it was a great response.
The Department of Public Instruction announced that nearly $294 million. They're trying to get universal free school meals. State Superintendent of Public Education, Dr. Jill Underly, joins me now.
Many Wisconsin kids are telling us they don't know when or if they'll have their next meal.
There is definitely something in the news that has caught the attention of a lot of people in town. It's a hit and run in the Bayview neighborhood. She's being called a bartender, but she's an artist and bartender named Kara Corder. Jack White stepped up for the GoFundMe and donated $15,000.
White of the White Stripes was just in town for a pair of concerts. He played Vanguard last week. He posted on the Vanguard Milwaukee Instagram account that he was praying for Corder's recovery.
Thomas gets it back for the Nets. Drives again, scoops the shot up and in with a foul.
Remain calm. All is well.
Are you sure about that? White wants another. Fires it up. There it is.
We're going to figure this out eventually.
Losing, it's frustrating.
A lot of long faces on that Bucks bench right now.
All is well.
In an exclusive interview, insisting the wrong-way driver on I-94 did not pose a threat to VP Harris, Secret Service Chief of Communications Anthony Guglielmi told me as the wrong-way SUV approached, quote, vehicles in the motorcade that serve a purpose were repositioned.
Don't even think about it.
Swing and a miss! And the Dodgers are World Series champions!
North Korea launched a ballistic missile that traveled for about 90 minutes, the longest flight yet before dropping into the Sea of Japan.
The missile can reach anywhere in the U.S. from Anchorage to Key West.
It's the longest reach that they've had so far.
The Milwaukee Archdiocese says a change to a long-time work visa program in 2023 could lead to an urgent shortage of priests.
Vicar of Clergy for the Archdiocese, Father Nathan Reisman, tells WTMJ the scope of the issue became more apparent this year.
Most of us across the country are really saying we don't have any solution.
From the air and on the ground in the eastern region of Valencia, survivors being rescued from the floods that have swept away cars, turned village streets into rivers, disrupted rail lines and highways.
A Halloween celebration in Orlando shattered by violence overnight.
Police issued their first alert about an active shooter just after 1 a.m. when shots were fired into a crowd of people.
It was definitely scary, but it's expected downtown, I feel like. Every time there's an event, people shoot.
It's Solomon's shovel.
Who's there? Who's there? Stay away from me! Stay away from me!
The mayor is terrorizing the city today.
Mayor Johnson? What's he gone nuts?
No. Mayor Juneau, of course.
Oh no! The legend is true!
What are we, gay?
I can assure you, we're not garbage.
CCCOLPP. Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And the Weekend Review is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. I'm Libby Collins. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. Do you have anything on your phone that you wouldn't want people to see? Oh, I got a warning for you from our consumer expert. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
So if you're selling a $2 million home and you found yourself what you thought was a pretty good deal on your real estate commission, at say about 3.6%, you'd pay $72,000 in real estate commission. Not bad, right? Well, your Benefit Realty agent will charge you no more than $19,000 no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale. And it all comes with the full service you'd expect from an experienced real estate brokerage. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com. We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. Now, I say this because that's a pretty big number, but I also bring it up because it's always been cool for us to save our clients money. It's not about being the top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission, with a cap on our commission for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment. Each contract you own will pay $1 on January 8, 2025, if that candidate is confirmed as the next U.S. president by Congress. Learn more about the presidential election contracts on Robinhood at www.robinhood.com/election. The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Commodity interest trading is not appropriate for everyone. Display prices are based on real-time market sentiment. This event contract is offered by Robinhood Derivatives, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Exchange and regulatory fees apply. This station does not recommend any specific investment.
Always thinking, before I do something, would my grandmother want to see this? Well, maybe that's a good way to live your life, because there are a lot of people out there who are trying to extort some people because of things they might have on their phone or on their computers. And joining us is Michelle Reinen from DATCAP. And you are hearing about this scam a lot, Michelle.
We are referring to this as our scam spotlight this month, extortion emails, because we have received an increased number of reports about these attempts sent by email and text messages. The messages in question falsely claim that the sender has obtained private and potentially damaging information, often video recordings is the claim, of the consumer, and they imply they have been watching and recording the individual's actions for a long time. And so then the scammer threatens to send the data to the consumer's friends, family, and coworkers if they do not pay.
You know, and again, it goes back to, if you didn't have it on your phone or your computer to begin with, you wouldn't have to worry about this.
Oh, absolutely. But there's a twist to this. I mean, the scammers often claim that the target has been visiting these unsafe websites. Sometimes they say they have their password, and that's how they've gotten into one of these sites. And these become red flags and really caution issues and put stress on individuals, because they try and add legitimacy by giving you some accurate information about yourself. Like they may make a claim more believable by showing you a Google Map photo of your home.
Oh my.
And this is just putting data together, you know, that you can find on the internet about your target, if you will, when you're the scammer. But this can be alarming and create the scam to be very convincing.
So this is one of the reasons you want to be really protective of your password, too.
Absolutely. So if you are targeted, ignore the message. That's first. Never send money, but then change your password, especially if that scammer has referenced having it. Change it on that account and any other account that you might be using the same or similar password on. And then, of course, please report it to Consumer Protection, and we're going to reach out as well to report it to the FBI and the Federal Trade Commission.
And what's that hotline, Michelle?
You can reach us at 1-800-422-7128.
It's 8:45, coming up in just a minute. Greg in Sports. He takes a look at the Packers right after this.
You're busy. Work, family, life. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what you'll do about things like retirement planning, selling a business, investing, or building your legacy. So your buddy hooks you up with his guy. Seems fine, but when it gets down to advice, you're all of a sudden knee-deep in products packed with commissions. You start to wonder, are you getting advice or are you getting a sales pitch? Annex Wealth Management is a fee-only fiduciary. No commission products, just advice. And clear thinking when it comes to your investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. Annex believes financial planning is for everyone. Annex Comprehensive Wealth is a great fit for most. For those who have high net worth and complex planning challenges, consider Annex Private Client. For those just starting out, Annex Ignite is a great choice. Head to annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button. It only takes a couple of minutes. Set your own appointment at a time convenient for you. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management. Annexwealth.com.
It's a matchup for first place as two of the highest scoring teams in the NFL meet at Lambeau Field. Here's Greg Matzes.
In his last 4 games, Lions quarterback Jared Goff has 10 touchdown passes and just 13 incompletions. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur keyed on a hit-and-miss Packers pass rush, making Goff uncomfortable.
In a perfect world, you can rush 4 and you're playing coverage with 7. That makes it really hard on an offense, but a lot of people in today's football are leaving tight ends off the edges, they're chipping with the backs, and that makes it really hard on a 4-man rush. Ultimately, when you get those opportunities, we'd like our guys to be able to take advantage of them.
Greg Matzik.
All signs point to Jordan Love making the start after leaving last weekend's game with a groin injury. I'm Libby Collins. It's 8:47, 52 degrees. Are you a Violent Femmes fan? I know a lot of people are, and there's excitement about that PBS special that was filmed right here in Milwaukee with the MSO. And Sandy Max with Sunday What's on Tap has all the background on it. It's all coming up right here on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there. We have wind gusts where it's at 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers not just here but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
We've got scattered rain today. It's going to be breezy and a high of 59. Then tonight, more scattered rain, down to 55. Tomorrow, temperature's pretty mild. We'll get up to about 69 degrees, but we're going to have some more scattered rain with even some isolated thunderstorms, 69 for a high. Tuesday, scattered rain, same thing. Isolated thunderstorms, 67. Then we finally get some sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Both days mostly sunny, but those temperatures only getting up to the upper 50s. Got some rain coming down already in Franklin, 53 degrees. Tosa's at 52. You've got a little bit of rain too. And looks like we might even have some rain in parts of Milwaukee at 52 degrees at 8:50 on WTMJ. And it's time for Sandy Max for Sunday What's on Tap. And this is so exciting. You know, I talked about this about a year ago.
What?
With Deb Hamlet, who's the vice president and general manager from PBS Milwaukee. And that
one of my bosses.
That is the Violent Femmes Show.
Yes.
Which is finally going to be broadcast not just here in Milwaukee, but all over every PBS station in the country. And
December 13th.
And it's taken over a year to get that on the air. And you have the inside story.
Yeah. Well, it's super cool to anytime a band can perform with a symphony orchestra to give their music a new touch, a fuller sound, and especially Violent Femmes, who were just so bare bones, gritty, 80s folk punk. To think of this 3-person combo that was really just like a bass, a guitar, and a drum set, starting out busking on street corners, to now imagine their music given this life with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. It's going to be very cool to see. It's sold out in a heartbeat. So there are a whole lot of us Femmes fans who did not get to see this performance last October. So now to get to see it on TV, the whole country gets to see it December 13th. But guess what? We're in Milwaukee. We get the sneak peek absolutely free.
Oh, wait, when does that happen?
December 3rd at the Oriental Theater. Milwaukee PBS is hosting.
On a big screen?
Yes. The screening of the Violent Femmes 40th anniversary show with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
Now, did they edit out anything from the actual live performance for what we're going to see on TV or what you're going to see on the big screen?
As we say in TV production, it probably got tightened up a little bit for show flow. So that way you can enjoy song after song. But Gordon Gano is an incredible frontman with a distinct personality. I believe he'll be wearing like a dark red kimono. Like he's going to bring it. So you don't want to lose the personality of the interaction with the audience, and especially a hometown audience that has grown up with Violent Femmes and formed a lot of people's musical tastes because they sounded so different. And do you know how the Violent Femmes got discovered?
No.
I was talking about them busking on street corners. They were on the East Side, busking in front of the Oriental Theater the same night that the Pretenders were playing. And it was 1981. And Chrissy Hind, who's one of the coolest chicks in rock, saw them and said, hey, you know what? We're playing here tonight. Come back. I want you on stage. And she had them perform an acoustic set after the opening act.
Wow.
So not even the warm-up. So it was opening act, then the Femmes for a set, and then the Pretenders. And that's how they got discovered and started their music career.
What a great
Isn't that fun?
story. That really is. Well, you have a part in all of this, too.
I have a very small
little bird
part.
told me. Tell us all what you're going to be doing.
I am thrilled to be hosting the post-screening Q&A with General Manager and Vice President of Milwaukee PBS, Debbie Hamlet, who she got here last summer, and this was one of her very first projects. So you want to talk about going all in and embracing Milwaukee PBS and really spotlighting local culture and local art. I love it. So those kinds of questions or anything edited out or any behind-the-scenes stories, I'll be moderating that chat with her after the screening. But honestly, it's free. It's at the Oriental Theater, which is just a grand place to see anything. You can see the 40th anniversary with the Milwaukee Symphony Violent Femmes on the big screen December 3rd at the Oriental Theater. You do have to reserve a seat. It's absolutely free, but it's stadium seat, not even theater seats. MilwaukeePBS.org/events if you want to get one of those free tickets because it's a seated venue. So you want to be able to, we're not just going to all be standing staring at the big screen.
Yeah,
but
well,
I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Any chance that anybody from the Violent Femmes might be there that night?
It's possible, isn't it? I mean, this is a grand honor. I don't know. I can look into this because we have till December 3rd. But right now, I'm told it will just be me and Debbie on stage after the screening.
Not that that's a bad thing.
No, but who wouldn't love Gordon Gano in particular to just come up there? Because the Violent Femmes now are two of the three founding members, Gordon Gano and Brian Ritchie, guitarist. And then now they're touring with a multi-instrumentalist named Blaze Garza, and the drummer is John Sparrow.
Well, I know if anything changes, you will have it first on What's on Tap,
yes.
right here on WTMJ.
Yes.
I got to ask you about another movie, because this fascinates me. I love Tom Hanks, and it opened on Friday, and what an interesting angle for a film.
You're talking about Here, and it's all in one room, and it covers over 100 years. It follows the life of generations of a family over 100 years, all taking place in this one room. And the stars are, get ready for it, Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, who were the stars of Forrest Gump, working with the same director, Robert Zemeckis, who also worked with Tom Hanks in Castaway and Polar Express, another movie that used special effects. There is some AI used in this to help de-age Tom Hanks and Robin Wright.
Right, because don't they age from like their late teens or something all the way up to like their 70s or 80s?
Yeah, to older than they are now.
Yeah.
And so it's fascinating. I'm always fascinated to see if that's going to distract. Because I saw Indiana Jones, the last movie, and I thought it was great. And they used CGI and AI to de-age him, and I was all in. I really enjoyed it, but other people thought it was distracting. I didn't. So I'll be interested to see if the technology continues to improve and you just get engrossed in this unique story of following this family in just one room as they raise kids and experience life's ups and downs. and if it's distracting or not.
Well,
Plus, you're going to see all the styles of the, there's so much to watch just in the background and the scenery of the styles of home decor, you know?
I just think the concept of having an entire movie in one location is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see
It's an
that
interesting
one.
approach. It's an interesting approach to telling a story.
And that's in theaters right now. And you are here at WTMJ in the evening with What's on Tap. And what's on tap for later on in the week, Sandy?
Monday is sports. Tuesday is election day.
No, really? There's an election this week?
So Wednesday, when I am on, the day after the election, going to go with a lot of lighthearted but interesting local culture. But we'll have a lighthearted show after the action-packed next couple of days here.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. Sandy, Max, what's on tap? It's always great to have you here.
Thanks, Libby.
And speaking of the election, next hour around 9:35, we're going to have Professor Emeritus from UWM, Mordecai Lee, and he's going to join us with sort of a final look of what he is observing about this election season. And he is, without a doubt, one of the I have such respect for him and his analysis. He's been in Wisconsin for so long. He's seen all these different scenarios. And I think you're going to enjoy hearing what he has to say about what's going to happen on Tuesday. Also, speaking of the election, right after the news, we have Julia Fellow here this morning. And she had the opportunity this week to go to both a Harris rally and a Trump rally. And we're going to kind of compare the differences between the two. That's all coming up right after the news, right here on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News on WTMJ. It's 8:58 and 53 degrees.
Have you seen them yet?
Seen what?
4 different ways to say I love you.
I'd love to see those. Show me the list.
What list?
The list of 4 different ways to say I love you.
Let's start over.
Where are you going, Monica?
I'm going to get the 4 different ways to say I love you.
Sarah, imagine a box of assorted chocolates.
Okay.
When you open the lid, what do you see?
I see a guy sitting on a park bench saying, "Life is like a box of chocolates."
But what are the shapes of the chocolates?
There are 4 different shapes.
Here they are.
Those are gorgeous.
4 diamond pendants covered in diamonds.
Almost like they were dipped in diamonds.
And each diamond was created inside a miniature star.
But you'd have to be rich to afford one of these.
Choose the diamond pendant you like best. $148.
I love Kessler's.
Everyone loves Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Bring the whole family for a truly magical event when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra presents Disney Pixar's Coco in Concert, Film with Orchestra, November 2nd and 3rd at the Bradley Symphony Center. Equal parts tearjerker and joyous zany adventure, the film follows Miguel on an extraordinary journey to the land of the dead in search of truth about his family's generations-old ban on music. Featuring the Oscar-winning song Remember Me, plus a luscious score by Michael Giacchino, this timeless tale is a feast for the senses. Don't miss MSO assistant conductor Ryan Taney as he leads the MSO in Disney Pixar's Coco in Concert, Film with Orchestra, November 2nd and 3rd only. The number again for tickets is 414-291-7605 or online at mso.org.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it is currently 52 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, there will be scattered rain, breezy, a high of 59, wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Tonight, the low will be 55 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a critically missing person Milwaukee police are searching for right now and need your help. His name is Charles Heiler Jr. He's 87 years old, a black male, last seen wearing navy blue jacket, blue t-shirt, tan cargo pants, and dark blue tennis shoes. He was last seen at about 2 o'clock this morning near the 200 block of North 14th Street. Anyone with information is asked to call the police department. If you are searching for a way to get to the polls on Election Day, Organizations across Milwaukee are offering to get you there for free.
Election Day could bring some congestion to the roads, but groups such as Souls to the Polls are looking to help people out. Group volunteer Kiana Stockwell.
Our free Rides to the Polls program offers round-trip rides to go vote. So we have over 300 volunteers that have signed up with our free rides program this year.
Even transportation group Lime is offering free rides on its electric scooters to get you to the voting booth. Company spokesman Jacob Tugendrake.
Our greater mission is always trying to break down barriers to lack of access to transportation, and with Lime to the Polls, we're doing that in a way that breaks down barriers to participating in democracy.
So far this year in Wisconsin, more than 80,000 in-person absentee ballots have been cast. Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
Election Day this Tuesday, and both candidates are battling for votes in key swing states. Vice President Kamala Harris campaigned in Georgia and North Carolina yesterday, also flew to New York last night to appear on Saturday Night Live. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn.
Vice President Kamala Harris made a surprise stop in New York Saturday night, where she went face-to-face with her doppelganger Maya Rudolph on SNL.
We know each other so well, we even finish each other's belief in the promise of America. And live from New York is
Today, former President Donald Trump will be in Pennsylvania, a swing state that could decide the race. Harris will campaign there tomorrow, and she's making multiple appearances in Michigan today. Honoring local heroes with a Stars and Stripes honor flight in the nation's capital.
More than 100 veterans from southeast Wisconsin, from Manitowoc to Kenosha, here on a Stars and Stripes honor flight on a beautiful day. A little bit chilly, great day to see the memorials. Two veterans who I just spoke to were talking about how they knew each other in Vietnam, and this is a healing experience for them. They don't talk a lot about Vietnam, but seeing the wall today in Washington, D.C. has changed their perspective on what they did all those years ago and on what's happening in America today. On a Stars and Stripes honor flight, the last one of the year, John Merkier, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 9:03.
When you work with us, you'll know what you're going to get. And most importantly, you'll know exactly what you're going to pay us to list and sell your home. Talk to any Benefit Realty agent and ask about our commission. You will always get the same answer. You may find that others aren't ready to be as straightforward as we are right off the bat. They may try to meet with you first, and from there, you'll probably have to haggle your commission. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get them to reduce their commission to what we charge. But who wants that? Benefit Realty is going to make this easy for you, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. And we even one-up it from there. We cap our commission, so that no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale, your savings will be substantial. And if you're selling a luxury portfolio kind of home, substantial is an understatement. And finally, if you're not happy at any time with the service you're getting, we won't hold you to the term of your contract. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Well, now that the time is right and you're ready to make it happen, I can tell you this. We've installed hundreds of all-glass shower enclosures. And the one thing customers like best about them is that they have virtually no framework. And that's a positive on a number of levels. First off, the less framework you have, the easier your cleanup is going to be. And secondly, when you have virtually no framework on your all-glass shower enclosure, not only does the glass show well, but it also allows for the beautiful tile work that a lot of folks are having done these days to be a real aesthetic focal point. And when we install your all-glass shower enclosure with nearly maintenance-free shower guard glass, you're going to be cleaning it less and enjoying it a whole lot more. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. It's a battle for first place this afternoon at Lambeau, as the 5-2 Packers host the 6-1 Detroit Lions. Coverage of today's game begins with Green Bay game day at noon. And your Milwaukee Bucks get ready to play off against the Cavaliers tomorrow night. Tip-off is set for 6 o'clock at that night. Let's take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. We have something that just popped up in Madison. If you are headed there on 3990 South, about a mile beyond the ramp from Highway 30 East, the right shoulder is blocked because there is a disabled semi at this time. It's also raining pretty hard in the Madison area, and I see a lot of slowdowns. Milwaukee area and southeast Wisconsin, you look good.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, scattered rain, breezy, a high of 59, wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Tonight, a low of 55 degrees. Tomorrow, scattered rain, isolated thunderstorms, so it'll be breezy, a high of 69. Tuesday, scattered rain, isolated thunderstorms, breezy, a high of 67. Wednesday, Thursday, mostly sunny. It takes a turn to the nicer weather. It'll be a little bit colder, 57 Wednesday, and Thursday, 59 degrees. The current temperature in Milwaukee is 52 degrees and cloudy. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:06.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins.
We just have to remind them one more time, Julia. They're getting up late. It's 9:07, not 10:07, because we turned back our clocks last night. You know, I was reminded of that when I got in my car this morning, and I saw the time on my clock. It's going to take me probably another 6 months to figure out how to fix my time on my car.
Oh, good. Mine automatically does that.
Oh, I've got an older car than you.
You have the cutest car ever.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for saying that. I do have a cute car.
It's a convertible. It's so cute.
Yeah, thank you. But I've got to fix the clock. But anyway, one of the things that I find fascinating, and by the way, I just talked to somebody who came in, and they said there are already people lined up outside the Baird Center to see former President Obama.
Okay.
Who's doing a rally on behalf of Harris a little bit later on this morning. And it's just like every time we turn around, there's another candidate or another surrogate. But you had a very unique opportunity this week, Julia, and that is you attended both a Trump rally and a Harris rally within, about 48 hours or 36 hours of each other. And I really want to find out from you what the differences were. So Wednesday, you went to the Trump rally.
Yeah, I covered both.
Yeah.
As a journalist, just to get a temperature and to give you all a better perspective of what's happening on the ground ahead of Election Day. And the one thing that we shouldn't take advantage of is that we are, and you as the voter and Americans and Wisconsinites, we are able to get a front seat at what's happening. And you can go to these events and meet the candidates and meet the other supporters and their other proxies that are helping them. And I think that we shouldn't take advantage of that. And as a journalist, I certainly am not. I'm meeting a lot of people from across the country, and they say, we are writing the first draft of history. Because it really is. This is a historic thing. So on Wednesday, I was up with Trump in Green Bay. And the reason why I went up there first was because former Green Bay Packer Hall of Famer Brett Favre was up there and endorsing Donald Trump.
Which he doesn't do.
And he said, quote, I didn't think I'd ever be here under these circumstances. And then the biggest applause ever at the rally was, is anyone a Packers fan here? And then I get in my ear that Donald Trump just got off Trump Force One, as he calls it, and into a dump truck. And I'm talking to some people. I'm like, what? And then I talked to John live on air, and he said, yeah, he's in a Trump truck. It's like painted Trump, make America great again on the side of it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And he's in a garbage truck worker vest. And then he comes on stage. I'm looking for him when he comes on stage because he's always wearing this election, that tie.
The red tie,
and
the blue suit.
The dark blue suit.
Yeah.
And I can't find him. And there's, it's usually hard because everybody has their hands in the air and some signs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there he is. And he's still wearing the construction outfit.
He still had the orange vest on.
Because he was thumbing back what was just said in response to a comedian making remarks about Puerto Rico. And then President Biden made the comments about garbage once again, but going towards his workers. And Trump said that was worse than Hillary saying deplorable. And then after that, when I went to the Harris rally, there were some Trump protesters that were there, and they were all wearing construction uniforms. A child was wearing a construction hat. So that it's kind of taken a a life of its own.
All right. So the energy at the Trump rally, about how many people were at the one in Green Bay?
The one in Green Bay, I would say thousands. I'm just going to say thousands.
Yeah, which all of these are now getting. I mean, there's just a huge number of people who are turning out. What was the energy? When you walked into that center and you felt the people there, what sense did you get as somebody who's covered a lot of elections through the years?
True believers. That's what I saw. I saw true believers who really, I think that they are really attached to his story, especially after 2 assassination attempts. So I think it's the bond between his supporters and himself have only grown stronger. So that's what I have seen.
Interesting. Now, you also went to the Harris rally on Friday, and that was in Little Chute, was it?
In Little Chute, Wisconsin. So that was stop 2 of 3 on Friday.
But how many people were at that rally?
Okay, I actually have the numbers for that.
Okay.
There were 2,000 people in the small gymnasium that filled. So there was a bleacher behind her, bleachers on the side, and then a big mosh pit that filled the entire gymnasium.
And what was the energy there?
And then there were hundreds of people in the...
Who couldn't get inside the actual...
In the spill-out area. Yeah, there was a secondary area where they were watching on screens. What was the energy you said?
Yeah, the energy of the room. What was the energy?
I will take it from when I saw her, I think it was around July 23rd in West Dallas. She started when former President Biden, when we found out he was dropping out of the re-election and race for president, the first time that she was here was before the DNC when she officially clinched it, and that she was going to be running on July 23rd in West Dallas, and she came out. The energy seemed to be high, but not, there was still a lot of uncertainty that was going on. Also, everything, there was still Harris Biden all over the place, like even the tents that they had because it was raining. So this campaign had to make a complete 180 so quickly, and they only had a few amount of months. So, and it seemed a little bit disorganized behind the scenes to just what happened on Friday, much more organized. The branding was all updated, and the enthusiasm for her was sky high. Everybody was so enthusiastic, and it was so loud.
Was it more than what you saw at the Trump rally on Wednesday?
I wouldn't. It's really hard to even compare the two.
Okay.
It's so hard. I would say Trump has such a huge following, and it goes back almost 10 years. Hers is just a few months.
Who gave the better speech? Because you were there for both of them.
Yeah. They're completely different. I think his was probably going to be talked about in history, in the history books of playing politics, not talking about policy. Because when we're in the last days, we're talking, this is all politics. This is all who can get the headlines, what's the biggest thing to talk about today, what are we glomming onto? And then it was that garbage comment, and he turned it around completely on its face. What should have been something that was going against him, and then Biden made that comment. And the Trump campaign behind the scenes could not be happier that Biden made that comment.
And Kamala's speech?
Kamala?
Yeah.
I think that it was, from what I saw from the people that were listening in, they were attached.
Your impression of the speech?
I was following her teleprompter.
Okay.
And so
And she didn't veer off? She
veered off a few times.
Okay.
So I found that interesting. So I was trying to see what she was doing off script.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my kind of focus. And I didn't notice that I could see her teleprompter because she has the glass. So, but then I saw the person behind the scenes, and I could read it. And I just looked at faces in the crowd. That's what I look at. I look at people and what they're doing, and there were people almost crying. So
really interesting.
I measure it by engagement.
Well, we'll know a lot more by Tuesday night, and we've got coverage all day, all night on Tuesday and well into Wednesday, and you're going to be part of that.
Yeah, we're going to be giving you a perspective that you probably are not going to hear anywhere else.
Yep, right here in Wisconsin. Julia Fellow, thank you so much, and we will be listening, obviously, on Tuesday to our coverage here on WTMJ. And Julia, of course, will be here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. John McCure on Wisconsin Afternoon News. I'm Libby Collins. It's 9:15. Coming up, we got sports.
The little one just took her first steps. Her stride wobbly.
Oh my gosh, she's doing
Her
it.
parents? Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, watch out.
But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score for Choice and Platinum Choice checking customers. So while you're monitoring and protecting her every move, you can do the same for your credit score, too. You've got this with free credit score from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected varieties Stone Ridge ice cream, 2 for $7. 14.1 to 33.5-ounce selected varieties Culinary Circle pizza, $4.99. Gallon selected varieties Prairie Farms white or chocolate milk, $3.99. 8 to 16.5-ounce selected varieties Hostess multi-packs, $2.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
Debbie Laziga here for Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. This month only, get $1,000 off and 0 interest for 12 months on your Luckstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote, with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
It's a battle for first place this afternoon at Lambeau as the 5-2 Packers host the 6-1 Detroit Lions. Here's Greg Matzik.
The Lions come into Lambeau Field leading the NFL in scoring at over 33 points per game.
They're really, really good.
Complicating matters for Matt LaFleur, the expected loss of Jair Alexander with a knee injury.
A team we're obviously very familiar with, and we're going to have to play at our best.
After leaving Sunday's win against the Jaguars with a groin strain, all signs point to Jordan Love making the start this afternoon. Greg Matzik.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Coverage of today's game begins with Green Bay Game Day at noon. It's 9:18 and 53 degrees.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
The only place to get this.
He will hand up to Giannis. Look out below. Oh, hide the women and children.
With a little bit of this.
I don't understand how that is an issue.
Do you need me to call Torian Prince so he can explain how you rebound?
I mean, get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show with Justin Garcia and Brandon Snide. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
This is Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson.
And together, we're part of Johnson & Sons Paving.
Get your parking lot ready now for spring and avoid paying for extra repairs later on.
We'll come out to your property and walk it with you.
Potholes, damaged asphalt, damaged concrete, standing water, you name it. We'll talk to you about your options and fix it.
Plan a budget, set up an overall schedule with Johnson & Sons Paving.
It's all about doing it right the first time. Call us today to schedule a walkthrough and free estimate.
JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. You can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or